everybody! We're back! Yay! Oh my god.
Hey, hello.
Guest number 2, your audio levels look great. Woo! All right. My lovely, wonderful guest, could you please give me your name and time zone?
Hey, I'm O1, VTuber supporter, and I'm Eastern Standard Time, which currently is actually Daylight Savings Time.
Ooh. So I don't know why in my head I thought daylight savings was going away. Is that just because Congress was like talking about taking it away but never did it?
It would be great if they did, honestly, but they were just talking about it as far as I know. We're still currently trapped in the dystopia of never knowing what time zone we're in.
What is this time? I also recently learned that Europe does daylight savings.
Do they?
It's not just crazy America. Yeah! Right?
How would they do that?
I don't know. I have no idea. I just learned it's a thing.
It's already hard enough to just learn all the time zones
I know.
when you're in standard time versus daylight time.
Oh, VTuber planning struggles, straight up. I can't. But okay, sorry. So today I like this question, so I'm gonna start asking it to everybody. But if you had to describe yourself and/or your content in 3 words, what would you describe yourself as?
I guess my content's generally just like I go on interview shows at this point. I'm not really a VTuber, just a VTuber supporter. So
Celebrity.
I would say a supporter, interview, monotone.
Monotone? Did you say monotone?
Yeah,
Why?
my voice is pretty monotone. I don't really have a lot of vocal range.
No way. I think it's soothing, if anything. I wouldn't say monotone. Monotone would be like more robotic. Well, we have likened you to a robot before.
Well,
Not a dig, not shade. I just know that you recently got your Twitter accounts like either shut down or suspended or something because they thought you were a bot.
yeah. So like the joke basically went too far, and Twitter was like, "We got to get this guy out of here."
I was so
The
close.
menace.
I was very close when I was DMing people about VT time stuff. I had to send the same like Google form link over and over again, and Twitter was like, "You're getting rough," and I was like, "Please
Yeah,
no."
I had to like accept it from you. It said like this is a known spammer or something like that, and I was like, okay, like this is Lethia, so I think I can trust her.
Oh, I felt so bad. Like literally, I had to like. I was so tempted to make a literal like post on my feed that was like, "Hey, check your DMs," and like I know it says spam, but I'm trying my best. I'm sorry.
How many times did you have to send out a link before Twitter was like this person's spamming? Like what is the threshold, you think?
So I
You had to
had
estimate.
200 people reply, basically, and then I narrowed it down to like 75 people. And so I had a tier list of like, these are the people that are either in time zones I want to hit first, or these are people that I want to talk to first, etc., etc. And so I was going through the tier list, and I got about like 15 in before it started telling me like, hey, we can't send this message. And I was like, oh, maybe if I like change some of the words around, because it's like a short paragraph. And so like I changed the order of some things, then it was okay for about 5 more people. And then after that, it was like, hey, you've been sending this link a lot. You want to continue doing that? No, we got a nice cushy jail cell for you. And I was like, oh man.
Next to O1's main account,
to-
right there in the jail cell.
We're cellmates. Yay.
I guess that's probably why, like, you know, when you interact with the GFX bots and stuff, why they don't just like slap you with a link so quickly.
Oh yeah.
Probably why they like try to talk to you a little bit, try to assess if you're actually going to click on it. Probably because they just get banned for the link if they do it too much.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And so, you know, I don't hate Twitter for it, because, you know, if it happened to me, I too would be upset if I just got spammed with links. But it did make, I will have to rework my process in the future so I don't get jailed.
I would say like even get people in your Discord, but then you'd have to send them your Discord link, so you're really just trading one link for the other link.
Yeah. I don't know if I know some people will like in the original post they'll say like, put your like, here's the Google form link, like anybody can apply. And I think that maybe I'll do that in the future, because then I can just go through those replies, right? And if they don't do the form right, then that's an easy, you know, can't have you on. But we'll see.
Interviewing Lethia, look at that. You see that? You're just like already just like, yeah, you're not good enough. You're out of here.
No. Really not. I really do like go through and look at everybody, and I wanted to reply to everybody. I should have stopped like accepting responses. Like I should have locked that thread at a certain point though, because my 40-hour work week was not agreeing with my tea time schedule. But
yeah, no, I feel you. I mean, it's really hard. I actually want to talk about that at some point. Interview, just like talking about managing actual work schedules and VTubing and how difficult that can be. Honestly, anything, but since the topic's usually VTubing, that makes a lot of sense.
Yep. That's very true. So, okay. VTube supporting. Why did you pick supporting and not actually like streaming?
Yeah, so well, I guess not streaming specifically is just because I honestly don't. So, I mean, basically, I don't have a ton of inspiration to stream. I'm more of like a solo gamer. I'm never really the type of person that wants to play with friends. But
Valid. Go
outside
off.
of that, yeah, right. But outside of that, I have a salary jobs, and at any point in time, I can get a call or a text that would basically have me have to leave for like an hour or two, maybe longer. So
Wow.
with my current job, it's not possible for me to like stream in any like actual like
Like,
intelligible way. You know what I mean?
gotcha. Like it would just be a lot of gorilla. Like, hey.
Yeah. The supporting thing is kind of unattached to me becoming a streamer. I actually had the idea I wanted to be something like a supporter before I knew that was a thing. And when I joined Twitter, I was like, I'm gonna like support all these small indie VTubers because they're so cool. Then I found out that it's not only a thing, but there's people that have been doing it for quite a long time and people that are very successful at it.
It's true. It's true.
It's awesome that it's a whole like I mean I'm not gonna say industry because it's not really industry.
Community,
It's
maybe?
a whole community in itself, right? There's supporters and there's even VTuber supporters now. So it's reached like pinnacle
Wait,
of
this is like
success.
Inception levels. Hang on, how does that work?
Yeah. Yeah, so there's a support there are people who follow supporters and then support the supporters.
Nice. I love the internet.
Yeah.
With my whole heart. I love the internet and its constantly evolving state of being.
Yeah, it's all like just a meta commentary, right? I mean, essentially it's just evolving on itself constantly at every given moment.
That's so wild. That's so cool though. Even the existence of VTuber supporters is so cool.
Yeah, so the general idea of becoming a supporter was, you can follow. I think I've said this before in another interview, but you can follow someone from like Nijisanji or Hololive that have millions of viewers and millions of followers, and you can be one of a million. But if you follow someone who's small and you support them and you become part of their community, you're one of like 100 or one of 10, or one of 1,000 even. I mean, 1,000 people still need tons of support as well. And you can make a big difference in someone's life in that way, more so than you could for being one of a million. So
This is very true. Preach. Let's go. Take me to church. Respect.
I'm not saying don't follow them, but just saying make sure you appreciate the indie people that are trying to get started and try to support them and see what they're up to because they're just as talented. I'm even more so.
Say, as an indie person, I'm biased. I'm like, yes, support the indies. Support us small people. But it is very true, right? Like being able to go in, because I think I started streaming it within my first week. Like everything I had read and like watched of people being like, yeah, no, I had 0 people for like a month, or yeah, I only had like 1 or 2 people for like a whole year or whatever. I was so worried. Like I was practicing like, playing games and just recording myself. And I'm like, is this entertaining? Like, what am I going to do if there's nobody? But no, my first stream, I had like 3 or 4 people that came and like just continued to stick around. And it was so great. Like truly is fantastic. So the work you're doing, and it really does make a difference for a streamer to know that there's somebody that wants to be there and interact with you. So I appreciate what you're doing.
I'm trying to flesh out being on streams more often. It is actually a little hard for me to. I mean, there's basically only a few people that I can join their streams because of the timing. I do, of course.
Hi.
But like for example, yours is hard. Yeah, super hard. I've always wanted to be on your streams more, but
I'm so sorry.
Basically, this time frame is when I'm like basically gonna get up in like 2 or 3 hours, and so it's like the middle of my night more or less. So no, I mean I still try to do it sometimes, and caffeine marathons, etc. Because your content's good, but that goes back to what you were saying. Like you had viewers from pretty much from the jump, which is awesome. But your personality is infectious, and you send good vibes in the community. You deserve it, and I've enjoyed watching you grow. Honestly.
Oh my god. I promise he's not a mole, you guys. I did not plan him here. Oh, thank you.
I'm paid for this.
Yeah.
No, but honestly, I remember meeting you early on, actually, in my VTuber supporting, and I think the first time I saw you was on like one of those anime things, and I was laughing so hard because you got cast as the villain. then you did another one and got cast as the villain again.
Every time.
And it was just so perfect. You're just always the villain.
Is it my eyes? Do I have villain eyes?
I think it was the PNGs you were sending, to be honest with you, but it worked.
You know, I'm sad. I don't have my my face shadow PNG got lost because I had like my computer crash, and so this is Lethia Model 3, and Model 4 was the one that had the face shadow. So
Oh man, that's
rip.
awful.
I can still go bald though. Bing bong. There you go.
You can still go bald, yeah. Of
Yep.
course, essential baldness.
Super essential. There you go, chat. Here's your bald for the night. I'm lighter. I'm speed. Whatcha? Yeah.
Your speed, efficiency.
Not the oof. Hang on. Okay, all right, fine. Hair goes back on. I'm so efficient. So okay. So I think I remember when I went back and watched the VOD for actually no, I think I watched about halfway through your Niles interview and then I fell asleep with my phone on my face. Literally, I woke up like 8 hours later and I was like, what year is it? What day is it? Who am I?
It worked.
But, what is your experience with social media?
Yeah, so I've been in social media professionally, although the corporate side of it, for about 6 years. I've worked, before that, I worked with some startups. However, nowadays, I would just consider myself basically a corporate social media person.
Nice.
So I've been around. Twitter's not really my thing. I'm still learning a little bit about Twitter. A lot of the corporate social media, obviously, don't interact with Twitter as much as they probably could.
Yep.
Most of them prefer things like Facebook and Instagram
Yeah.
because they're older. And honestly, we're kind of out of the golden era of advertising on social media, even though it doesn't seem like it. But back when I was moving up in my career, it was so easy, man. Like, I'm not sure if you ever used Facebook Business,
No.
but essentially you can target ads like you wouldn't imagine. It was
Wow.
the easiest job in the world.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, down to like your interest, what you're clicking on, geolocation. If you're a business, you can be like, I want people within this radius. You can target
Whoa.
the 4 or 5 closest cities and people that are into X thing, and you can target them.
So it's just like, so you had your demographic like nailed down.
Yeah, and you still can, but nowadays it's changing a little bit. Like, for example, newer phones are making it so you have to opt in to things that essentially Facebook downloads, which is honestly probably good.
Yeah, you know.
For my career, it's a little unfortunate that it's
Sorry.
becoming harder to target people. However, I'm willing to take that hit because honestly, it's not really my money.
Oh, you know. That's true. I'm not the corporation.
Yeah, for real. But I think nowadays it's more of like a subtle advertising that people do. Just kind of reaching you in ways you don't necessarily notice as much. And it's always been there, and they've been doing that since the beginning of time, but it's become more important now because it's harder to target ads.
I'll say, is that just because of the technology changing and being harder to access people, or is that because the like age of consumers are just more technologically savvy? So like if I see an ad in my face, I'm like, meh. Like,
I mean, probably a little bit of both, but honestly, I feel like having worked with corporate, a lot of it's just that this is going to sound like maybe kind of rude, but a lot of corporate are pretty old, honestly. And
you're speaking facts.
Like, things like TikTok and like, for example, YouTube Shorts, right? They move so fast that the older folks in the corporate don't know how to handle it, and they don't want to put the money there, so they don't care. So they still use things like Facebook and Instagram because it's easy to target, and it gives you an exact representation of how many clicks your money gets. Whereas TikTok won't.
Nope. Even though it's one of the like fastest growing platforms recently. Although I'm trying to think of, okay. So obviously, like, treating brand social media is different from like personal social media, right? Like, I think there's people like Wendy's kind of went off well with their right, like that was one of the cases of branding going like very well. Like, everybody's okay with like snarky Wendy's versus, you know, I don't know, like Eminem or somebody that does something that like people are like, what are you doing, right? Like, this is not your wheelhouse. Why are you trying to be like hip with the kids, but you sound like you're 10 years older than like everybody? Like, so how is it, in your opinion, like how is a corporate brand voice different from just like a personal social media?
So first of all, talking about Wendy's, this is hella funny. But I've been working. So I'm 33. I'll just go ahead and say it. I'm a little older
Nice.
than a lot of the people here.
Eh.
So I've been around in social media for a little bit. I actually remember when Wendy's was popping off and everyone was super hyped. And I remember a corporate tagline essentially came down, saying like, "Have you heard of the Wendy's social media?" And I was like, "Yes."
Yes.
They were like, "Can you do that?" I was like, "Can I do that?
Can
Are you,
I
are you
do
kidding me?
that?
Like, I'm not that fucking funny. Are you kidding me?"
No.
Like, there's a whole separate skill set involved.
Mm.
And I think for every one company that can pull it off, there's probably, 500,000 that would fail horribly
Yeah.
trying it. Plus, a lot of corporations prefer to do nowadays, especially. I don't really know how widespread it is, but I do know in America, a lot of social media departments have been cut down to mostly like a manager and then some interns.
I'll say I heard it's a
So,
lot of interns and like one paid person that's
yeah,
there to babysit. Like,
yeah. So my job went from so like I'm a manager nowadays, but like
nice.
my job went from managing a team of people that I could train to managing a team of mostly interns, and so my
Ooh.
job got a lot harder, which is why I haven't been able to do as much as I'd like to these
No.
days.
Are they all like youngins? Are these like young baby interns?
Yeah, they're pretty young, and honestly, they're paid mostly in exposure, if you will,
Oh
resume
dear. Oh
contacts.
no.
It's very predatory, and I don't like it, but unfortunately, I can't change it. I don't get to make that decision.
Oh my god. Thanks,
Yeah,
Enki.
cringe. I agree, cringe
Cringe.
totally.
Well, not the youngins. As a youngin myself, I apologize. Well, no, yeah.
And
It's
I
its
was
own
there
thing.
too. I mean, I've definitely been there. I don't judge them for being younger and inexperienced. I just think it's unfortunate that most of them are pretty much unpaid interns, and that's kind of messed up, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for saying hi. Thanks for saying hi and dropping a cringe. You the best. I really appreciate it. Sorry.
Dropping a
Whoa.
cringe. Dropping a
Hello.
cringe.
Oh my god. Hi.
100 cringes.
Thank you. Oh my goodness. Welcome out. Man, this is an interesting conversation to be in on.
Yeah, right. Just popping in, dropping cringe. No, but like honestly, like we were talking about Wendy's and what a corporate social media. Sorry, I got sidetracked a little
Nah,
bit.
you're good.
Uh, yeah, but like for example, Wendy's is what every social media corporation wants to be, but there is no amount of money you can pay someone to guarantee that level of success with like viral marketing and stuff.
Yeah.
Most corporations these days just go with a more like steady, non-viral, no risk. They don't want you to say something that's going to get them canceled,
Yeah.
so they'd rather not play that game.
Ooh. Were you in Bleach? Was I in? Is this a joke? Hang on. I was not in Bleach, no. But yeah, no, that's super true. Like, Wendy's is a very dangerous game to play because they very frequently walk the line of, is this too far? Like, is this something that we can get canceled for, ripping into McDonald's or like Jack in the Box or
Right.
something? It's so true.
I mean, it is a dangerous line, and I wouldn't want to play it personally. Like for my own like career, I wouldn't want to play that. I think Wendy's has been given a pass. They pretty much can say anything and get away with it, but
Hmm.
you could be someone else trying to fire shots at them and get canceled. So I wouldn't play the game.
It's very
The
true.
biggest, yeah, the biggest difference between a personal account and a social media account, though, is, or sorry, a corporate account
Mm.
is corporations. They have a general goal. They want to seem like they're your friend. They want to seem like they care about you and they want you to follow them. But really, they're trying to sell you a
Oh
product.
yeah, comment however.
Right. So compared to like a VTuber account, you are selling yourself, of course, when you kind of advertise. But
It's true.
realistically, you do actually potentially care about the people you're interacting with. There is a slight difference.
That's true. Not like parasocial-esque, right? Like I think there is like a genuine like desire for connection, but I'm not trying to sell you my company's, newest burger meal or like my company's service of, like a VPN or whatever. Like it's a little different. I think yeah, at least like as a consumer of like said social media and like seeing brand social media, I think it can just come off as tone deaf when they try to play the like, familiarity, I'm your friend card, and then, you see the brand logo next to it, and I'm like, okay, yeah, sure. Sure thing.
Mark in your chat is so on point, though. Like seriously, so talking about Tony the Tiger,
Tony the
like
Tiger,
basically
what?
essentially these ads, and a lot of them are Super Bowl ads, where they just basically hire the biggest streamers they can get their hands on, and they put their product in their hands. And
Oh,
they're just
really?
like, this is going to go viral with the kiddos because they're detached. I mean, like all corporations, they're essentially totally detached from what youth wants to see in advertisements. So
It's
they're like,
true.
oh, we can get Ninja to eat our potato chip, and that's going to make everyone buy it. And that's just couldn't be further from the truth.
No, yeah, there needs to be some kind of interesting content there now. Like, yeah, Tony the Tiger VTuber. I haven't seen anything about Tony the Tiger VTuber. Is he
Oh,
a
I
real
haven't seen
VTuber?
anything about that actually, but I'm going to switch it right now while we're talking.
Yeah. Is he an actual VTuber now? Did they make him a VTuber?
It's a flakes, I'm really good. They're great.
Oh. We're about to get free
I actually am seeing a Twitch streamer that is, yeah, okay, wow, that's interesting. I'm gonna have to study that some. I didn't realize that.
like
That's
actually
incredible.
streaming with the corporate thing. What?
It does look like a pretty high render, like a pretty good resolution render of Tony. And he's got a really nice computer which has a lot of LED lights on it.
What does he do? What does he do? What?
I guess he eats frosted flakes, honestly.
For 5-hour streams. That's crazy. Is he on Twitch?
I don't know. Yeah, it looks like it's on Twitch. It says Twitch streamer. I'll have to check him out after the show.
Oh my god, yeah, do some
Sometime.
research. Let me know. I'm so curious. I need to know if he's like an actual, like they're paying someone literally to just play games using their avatar. That's great. How do I sign up? Oh my god. That sounds like easy
Yeah, I know,
money,
right?
bro.
Talk about being a mascot, right? You don't even have to wear the suit, man. You just
Yeah.
tube it.
It's not like a sports game mascot where you're like in the sweaty suit that people have like, yeah, sweat in and probably like barfed in for like, I don't know, 10 years. Nah, I could be in the like comfort of my own home, just gaming.
Welcome to the future.
Welcome to the future. I'm all for it. I'm so excited. So, okay, talking about the future, where do you see like VTubing and VTuber supporting like going in the future? Like, you know, a year, 5 years from now, like where do you see it going?
I think that I think I said this before once or twice, but I think VTubing is honestly the future. Maybe this kind of in its infancy now. I feel like not exactly in infancy, but you know we're early on. Everyone's kind of getting avatars. Everyone's getting things designed the way they want to.
Mm-hmm.
I do feel like pretty much everyone's going to stream that way in the future because it's got a lot of advantages. One of the biggest advantages that you actually can design your character to be like truly how you envision yourself if you wanted to. You know what I mean? Like you really can break all the barriers that you would have in real life, essentially, and you can look the way that you actually want to look. But then VTuber supporting will probably fall out eventually because I think VTubing will become more mainstream. So VTuber supporters will just become supporters, right? They'll just be people who like VTubing. So I think this is the future. Maybe not in the current terms of it, but I do think that it's going to be like this moving forward.
Interesting. I totally agree. I totally agree that it's going to get, you know, as things, because we've seen it even just from like 2020 to now. Like we've seen technology get more accessible and we've seen people be able to draw their own art. And there's things like, what's it called? VKit, where you can like, Lay Shroom, who was on it before, she did her like VTuber model that she used with this. Basically, it's like a program where you can like do like a little dress up doll of a VTuber and you can change out the hair or you can add like a hat and like it's a build your own, you know, a live 2D model, right? And it's still kind
Right.
of you know, in the works, but that kind of stuff is like becoming more popular. Or yeah, like in VRoid, you can make your own model for free versus what used to take, you know, an entire team of people in Japan to do. So I'm excited.
No, I totally 100% agree. I think the tools are going to get easier. So even for artists, I think they'll become like easier for them to use certain tools to make the live 2D rendering and things, and it's going to get cheaper in general, and everyone's going to be able to access it at some point. And when that happens, I think it's going to really explode. I mean, it's already kind of exploding, but it's going to even explode more at that time.
It's true. It's true.
And what Mark is saying about VTubing getting hijacked by large corporations posing as quirky individuals. Yeah, I mean, I kind of agree to some extent. I think that it's been proven so far the industry is kind of, I wouldn't say suffering, but it's definitely affected by the bigger corporations that are basically buying up personalities and actors and dominating the industry itself. But every industry is subject to that. Hopefully there'll be more of a push from the indie side, and hopefully, you know, the industry will probably level out at some point. But I mean, I'm not an expert on that specific thing, but
That's true. It's we haven't really seen anything like this. Well, at least I have not seen anything like this before in terms of like, there being basically technically, right? You're on the same playing field in general, right? Like technically the corporations have better equipment and they have the marketing and they have the resources and the money to get you out there, but we're all on the internet, and you can, as an indie VTuber, you can potentially explode. It takes a lot more work, but you have access to social media. If you really like try real hard, there's a higher chance of you being able to be there.
definitely, I think it's possible. It's definitely challenging. The resources they have are definitely mounting.
Yep.
And the bigger the corporations grow, the more influence they have too, with all the different oshis that you may have. It breeds into the company, and it makes it hard for you to leave. So I mean, I don't think it's like going to be the end of the world or anything, but I do think that it is a little unfortunate how easy it is for a corporation to buy it. I mean, if you think about the cost of a model for an individual, like it's say like $1,600, $1,600, right?
Yeah.
Corporation could pick that up. That's like nothing.
That is chump change. That's like pennies, baby.
Like, I mean, a lot of business corporations expect to see their money back within like 2 or 3 years, and some of them go on like 5 to 10 year contracts, right?
Wow.
This amount of money you can make back very quickly.
Oh yeah.
So I don't think, unfortunately, it's going to be hard for corporations to get on it if they want to.
That's super true. And as opposed to like, I liken it to like the actual like idol industry in Japan, right? Where, you have to constantly pay for costumes, and you're paying for like rental spaces for things, and you're constantly paying for like the upkeep of the idol's like appearance, right? Like you're paying for hair and makeup and facials and everything. Like diet programs, training programs, like all is like money in keeping your appearance looking as like good as you can throughout the idol's career. That's not the same for VTubing, right? Like you have your model, so like you don't have to worry about if your hair is messy, or like you don't have to worry about getting facials every week, because the model stays the same. So
that's true. Yeah, it's definitely convenient, and you can do it from your like own living room, bedroom, or wherever you like to stream from.
Absolutely. So. Unless I'm doing like some kind of crazy 3D like performance, right? And I guess like if they're not already a trained singer, you would still do like vocal lessons or those kind of things. But I think the overall, well, maybe I'm just completely out of my, we're gonna go in hypothetical Lethia mode. Hypothetically, in my opinion, I think the initial investment in a talent as a VTuber versus like a live face idol, way cheaper.
I think so, yeah. It's also just a lot harder. I mean, it's not really any easier to put yourself out there, I would say, but it is in certain ways, right? Because you're not physically going to be going to this place. You don't have to physically leave your home if you don't want to.
Yeah.
And then also you get the chance to look at it before you actually go live, I guess, where an idol may not have that opportunity.
That's true.
You just kind of gotta go, man, and you don't see your own face that well. So
no, it's like it's technically still like a live event, but like if there's a crazy thing, I can just end stream, right? Versus if I'm an idol and like I fall down or my dress falls off or whatever, like that's all over the internet forever.
You get rid of all those risks, essentially. I mean, like, obviously it's not gonna ever be completely incognito, anonymous, or whatever, but it's definitely, a lot safer. And if something were to happen, you could just kill the stream and you're back in your living room.
Here, I'm back and I'm protected. That's true.
I agree with you. I think a lot of VTubers, though, spend a lot of money on art and other things. So I think they spend a lot keeping themselves going anyway.
That's true. Well, versus like a facial, it's what if I have, my monthly scab? What if I have my 9th scab of the month? Uh-oh. What have I done?
Yeah, you could get on that train. I don't know if it would be a good idea, but you could.
I've looked at it, and I know that as soon as I get on that train, I'm not getting off. I won't. It's because I've drawn my model so many times. I was like, I don't want to do it again. Maybe later.
I actually wanted to ask you about that, though. Like, we don't have to go too long into it if you don't want to, but do you have an art background? Like, how are you so talented at this?
Thank you. I do not. This model was a lot of trial error and the symmetry tool. That's why I'm not super asymmetrical, so I can like cheat with it. But this is my like second time using like digital art software. So I did not study any kind of like art outside of general curriculum. This is just like, I used to do little, like anytime my friends had a birthday, like I'm like complete boo-boo trash at like presents for people. I don't know, I'm just like so bad at choosing things. Like I have friends that are like, here's this game I know you've wanted for 6 months. And I'm like, oh my God, this is perfect. I don't have that gene. I don't have that knowledge. So I would just do like little birthday cards. And so I would like draw little comics of my friends or like draw little, I don't know, pictures of us together. And like that was my art, I guess. It's like I would just do little chibis of like me and my friends. And so that's why drawing Lethia, I was like, yeah, I can do something similar to this. So yeah, but I can't do anything anatomically correct. Nope. Cannot.
That's why Lethia is like a chibi, right?
Yeah.
That's the real story.
Yeah. And truly, Lethia was a speed project. Like there was another project I was working on pre-Lethia that I just got so stressed out about that I had to quit halfway through. Like I made it through the art and I started rigging like the head. And I was like, no, like I'm so stressed out. Like it's not perfect enough, blah, blah, blah. And so I put it down for like 2 months. And for 2 months, like I didn't touch live 2D. I didn't look at VTubing. I was so depressed. And then I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do it. And so yeah, I did Lethia's character design in 2 days. And I did all the art in 3 days. And then the rigging took me like a month. But yep, I did design my own model. Ding dong.
Oh my God. You actually just learned all that. Mark, Lethia did actually draw and rig her own models. So she's super talented. I don't know how she managed that at all.
a lot of time and tears. And again, like the accessibility on YouTube, like even within the past like 3 months since I've been doing stuff, I keep seeing more and more tutorials on YouTube. So yeah, like truly, I think anybody can do it. Like the art program I used was free, right? You can like pay, it's called Krita, and you can pay just to like support the creators, and it'll automatically update if you just like give them $5 or more. I gave them 20 because I said y'all deserve so much more than this. This is all I got right now. But that's free, right? Like Live 2D technically has a free trial. So like, yeah, like tutorials. I made a playlist of all the tutorials I wanted to do. So I had a playlist for like how to do eyeballs and a playlist for how to rig hair physics, etc., etc. So yeah, anybody can do it if you have enough time and perseverance. Yeah.
That's a good message.
I think it's true for anything. If you want to try anything, if you have enough time and perseverance, you can do it one day. I believe.
I just downloaded Vroid Studio and then just made some textures.
It looks cool. I've never done anything. I've not looked at anything in Vroid Studio, so I'm super impressed. 3D scares me. I'm very scared of 3D.
Thankfully, they make it pretty easy for you. And honestly, you probably can do this better than me. The textures, you already work with textures when you made Lethia. So if you wanted to just swap out textures with things, you could pretty easily.
Ooh, Lethia 3D debut. When I feel like going back and making myself cry again.
Right. There actually even are, I think, I mean, I'm not not sponsored by Vroid, so I don't know why I'm like trying to sell it so well, but
I mean, you're doing great.
There actually is even like a chibi model you can download. I think you have to go to like Booth or something, but you can do
it. Ooh, say less. Oh my God. 01. Man, I had things I needed to do this weekend. No.
Oh no.
That's okay. I appreciate it.
I'd like to see like an update on Lethia. It'd be kind of cool to see that.
An update? You mean like a model 2.0 or like a 3D debut?
Like a 6.0. Like you just go crazy.
Crazy. I just have adult proportions and I have huge badongadongas and like 19 toggles. Lethia Final Form.
Then you'd be a full-on Final Form VTuber at that point.
Final Form. Yeah.
LuTuber arc.
LuTuber arc.
Heard it here first.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like what's a whole 180 from my content. Knows exactly what game I'm gonna play. Consistent scheduling.
Some of those are good things.
Yeah, you know. What else? Face shadow. Actual toggle for animations. Yeah, we'll think about it. I was thinking about
some of these do sound like good things.
You know, maybe I should get on it. Become a goblin. Oh, I do want to do like a what's it called? Like a Halloween costume before October is over. I'm really considering it. I'm trying to figure out what I can do that won't like make me have to re-rig everything again, but would still be cute.
Are you not already like a Halloween costume?
I am a little Halloweeny. I'm a little spoopy.
You're a demon, so that kind of qualifies, right?
That's true. This is true. This is true. I'm a little demonic. I'll take it. But I wanted something like actual costumey. like a ghost or something. Maybe I'll just put like a sheet on and just my eyes poke out.
That would be really adorable, actually.
my
You
ears.
could also go super basic and just like put a witch hat on, you know?
A witch hat. I'm trying to figure out how it would work with my hair though, because like my crown is okay, because it doesn't. It's very small. I could do a very small witch hat. A little
If
baby.
you do a witch hat, you got to put the crown on top of the witch hat. So it's like a double hat scenario.
I'm trying. Do I put it on top of like the brim, or do I put the crown like around the hat itself? You know what I'm talking about?
Ooh, that's a good question. It would look really cool actually around the hat. I feel like that would actually be kind of cool. So probably just on the brim or like taped to the side of the top of the thing.
Ooh, okay, we're getting ideas here. I'm getting ideas here.
Yeah, on
Right.
top like a Christmas tree kind of scenario. I'd do that.
I like a Christmas stopper. Ding dong. Get my little crown. I do. I always need some kind of crown on. That's important. It's important for my brand. How else will people know?
Sole like object of your brand. Actually, like Lethia 6.0 would be totally not anything like the current Lethia, just the crown's the only thing that's consistent.
I'm actually gonna be a man. And the crown, yeah, the crown art is the only thing that will not change. I will not update the crown
yeah.
art. I will not change the size. It will be exactly the same.
Sounds like a plan.
Oh my god, I'm so happy you're
I'd
here
pay to
to
see that.
Letho. My name is
Letho.
Letho.
Oh my god.
Or Luther. Luther was the
Brand.
name of the character I played in Tiny Tina's. Lethia and Luther.
This is amazing. This is the branding we needed.
This is the lore that I don't have.
Letho arc.
Letho. I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it. Lethal Luther.
What is the lore for Lethia so far? What do you have?
That's a great question. That is a fantastic question that I'm so happy you asked. Let me go through my brain and figure out.
Let me stall as long as
Let
possible.
me stop. How
while
much
I
longer do we
make
have?
up things.
We have 15 more minutes. So
We're out of time.
oh no, suddenly my internet's going I'm going through a tunnel. Sorry.
Oh man, reception's here terrible in my living room.
Wow, I can't. Oh, my modem is unplugged. Unfortunate. No,
no.
I have runaway demon royalty. So, you know, grew up in the deep, deep south of hell. Went to princess school, graduated, got very close to coronation. Did not take the crown for I don't know reasons why yet. And then ran away to Earth so I could do not responsibility things. I'm shirking royal responsibility currently.
Love it. That's good basic lore. You got everything you need at least.
I got a motive, laziness. I got a starting point, hell. I have magic. I feel like magic is really kind of my coverall. That's my umbrella for something doesn't make sense. I'm like, you know, that's the demon magic.
And you were talking about manga and anime. I'm sure there's been total manga and anime written with less.
Are you
With
a
less as a
manga and
background.
anime person? What do you like to do in your free time?
Yes.
When you're not supporting or social mediaing, what do you do?
So I definitely am a gamer. Like I said, I play like a lot of solo games and stuff.
Woo!
But I do watch anime and read manga, and definitely read manga more nowadays than I watch anime.
Me too.
Because I don't have as much time, you know.
Yep, valid.
But
What do you like to read? What are you reading recently?
so I mean, I'm not sure if this makes me super basic, but I was really into like solo leveling.
Oh, Soul Leveling is good. I haven't read all of it.
Yeah. I haven't read the end of it yet either, and I do know that it has actually ended now. But I haven't picked it up. I haven't read it in a little while. I've been too busy recently.
No way, it
but-
ended?
Yeah, I think it does actually have an end. Also liked reading like Food Wars,
Food
that kind of
Wars!
stuff.
Shokugeki no Kyojin.
Pretty much anything. Anything really. I have to like bring up a manga site to remember because I've just read so much. Honestly.
Which site do you use? Are you a Mal person?
Yeah, I've used honestly. I changed because some of them don't have certain chapters and stuff, or I don't like the quality of the translation, and it really irks me. Because like, I don't know. This makes me sound super dramatic, but like, if the translations are terrible, I'm like, I'm out.
It takes me out of
very
it. Like, I give it a certain grace period, but if it's like, if the grammatical errors are taking me out of the story, I can't.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's just too much for me. It needs to be somewhat make sense.
It needs to be
otherwise I just can't do
intelligible.
it. Yeah, it's got to be what's going on, and some of the translations are just so bad that it's
They are.
essentially a joke.
Yeah.
Like, not even Google Translate. It's like, where did you get this?
No,
where did you
it's-
get this from?
It's like, I'm pretty sure you translated it like into Spanish and then to English from Japanese.
Yeah,
Like, we're-
exactly. It's like, did you language drum? Like, what happened?
do we miss something here? Can I buy a vowel, please? Like, it's bad. It's bad.
Skeleton Soldier Couldn't Protect the Dungeon is one of my favorites.
Oh, I haven't heard
If
of
you're
that
ever
one. What's
looking for
that?
something to read. So it's super good. It's another like reincarnation type thing. I won't
Ooh,
go too far
isekai.
into it, but yeah, sort of. Except he was always a skeleton.
Huh.
So from the beginning he was a skeleton, but he isekais as himself essentially. It's like a kind of like go back in time when you die kind of reset story. So super cool,
Ooh.
very entertaining, and the main character is super badass. So that always helps.
Yay! Hi, Lane! Welcome in! Rage Room! Rage Room! Yay! We're doing VT time again. We're talking about anime and manga right now, but my lovely guest, would you like to introduce yourself again for our new raiders?
Hey, what's up, Raiders? I'm O1, a VTuber supporter.
Clap, 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 clap. I don't have the applause button up right now, but yay!
This is Lethia, who you probably know. Demon Royalty, Runaway Demon Royalty.
Oh
Watch
my
his
gosh.
Anime.
Ooh, you have my whole intro memorized. How'd you know?
Short one, I guess.
It is pretty short. Runaway Demon Royalty. That's it. That's the whole gist of it. But I hope your stream was good, Lay. Thanks for coming. Yeah.
The other
Okay.
type of manga I like a lot. I'm super obsessed with zombies, honestly. I've always been obsessed with zombies. Like
Ooh.
Hollywood zombies, manga zombies, anime zombies, books about zombies. I think it's
Ooh.
hilarious.
Did you watch Train to
I love the
Busan?
genre. Yes, I did. And I also watched the How It Should Have Ended, and I also watched the what do you call it? Abridged version stuff.
Nah. Oh, so
Watched
you're like
everything.
all in for the zombies.
Yeah, I deep dive hard into everything that I get
That's
into.
so interesting.
Honestly.
Why zombies? Is it just like a morbid curiosity, or are you a fan of the macabre?
Not really. I just like Dawn of the Dead was a movie I watched when I was younger. I think I even watched it on like a VHS tape or something.
Whoa,
and,
wait, Dawn of the Dead when you were younger?
Yeah, was it on? I don't know. I was super young. So like one of the first things I watched was like Chucky when I was like 6 or 7.
Oh,
I
what?
think.
Oh, what? Oh my God.
Yeah. So I've like been totally traumatized by horror, so it doesn't affect me at all, which is why
baby.
I will never stream horror games because it would be so boring. Just
I
me
would-
staring at the screen.
I would cry. I can't do horror. I cannot. That's wild.
That'd be good to watch then. You should probably do it actually, but
Yeah, only if you hold my hand through it. Honestly.
you played Phasmo and you did pretty good at that.
Okay, if it's a group, then I will put on a brave face, and that way I can laugh at other people. But I tell you what, like that whole time I was struggle bussing. I also turned the sound down a lot. I cheated. Don't tell Niles. I cheated.
Yeah, I think Niles is actually a little bit more terrified, but he probably had the sound on full volume.
Yeah, he had the
so.
sound on full volume. I was still up, and like I still was scared. But like, yeah, whenever you die and you get like sent to like the other room with the ghost, I like always turned away from the ghost, and I was like, everything's fine. Ah.
I mean, that's acceptable. You don't have to like stare at the ghost
Hey,
as it murders you.
What are they gonna do? Come play the game instead of me? No. But I honestly going Phasmo is now like it's like a challenge. Like it's no longer scary if I'm like sweaty gaming it, because I'm like, okay, I gotta get the EMF reader, and then I got the crucifix, and blah blah blah. But ooh.
Yeah. By the way, you said you're in Korea, right? Are you terrified all the time? Because there's a lot of horror movies that are set in Korea.
I read, what's it called, Sweet Home? I read that webtoon. I watched Train to Busan, but honestly, like living into Korea, the work life is what scares me more. So zombies got nothing.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's becoming an adult. Honestly, I'm way more afraid of my corporate obligations than I am of zombies
Yeah,
and ghosts.
take me home. I can't. I do love my
It's
job.
too real.
I will say,
It's
but
too real.
it is too real. I was like, honestly, zombies can try all they want, but corporate.
I'll be honest. There
corporate
was a
life.
time where I was hoping for a zombie apocalypse because of my work obligations.
Oh, I know. Is that a cry for help? Do you want to talk about it? I'll give you a hug. Here you go.
It was a cry for help
Here's
maybe
your
like
emotional support.
4 years ago, but we're good now.
Oh
we're
my
fine.
goodness. I'm happy you made it out. I'm so happy you're here.
Yeah, there's a lot of alcohol that helped me through.
Oh, one.
Maybe.
Oh, one. Oh no. Please no. I just want you to be happy and healthy. No.
I'm good now. Don't worry, I'm good.
Ooh.
Good. Maybe.
Intro to Dawn of the Dead, basically. Don't tell me maybe. I'm gonna worry about you. Stop that. also-
Shaun of the Dead was amazing. I love Shaun of the Dead. I've probably watched it like no short of 12 times.
What's that one about?
Great movie. Shaun of the Dead is like a parody movie. Basically, it's a zombie movie, but it's like a lot funnier. But it's still a great movie in itself. You should Google it. Check it out.
Ooh, this is why I brought my notes, because everybody always has cool recommendations. I have Skeleton Soldier, Can't Protect the Dungeon. I have Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah, it's Simon Pegg. I'm not sure if you've seen him in anything else, but he's like Hot Fuzz. He did there's a bar crawl one I can't remember the name of. End of the World, I think it's called. End of the World.
Ooh.
A few other movies that he's done. He's brilliant, but he's great in Shaun of the Dead. I don't want to like give you any plot stuff because it would ruin it. You definitely should watch it.
Okay, I'll take your word for
Watch
it. If you recommend it, I'll do it.
Yeah. And if you hate it, then you know not to take my recommendations anymore. But you should do this one at
This
least.
is a great litmus test. This is great. Nice.
This will tell if you're movie compatible with me. If you like this, then I can recommend you other things. But if you don't, then yeah, we're just not very movie compatible.
I'll say I can't do like the super horror ones. I watched, what is it, As Above, So Below. Like one of my friends is having a birthday party. I don't know if you've seen that. It's like about the French catacombs. It's like a horror movie. And
I know that I like that. That's creepy.
I did not even watch. I think I did not even watch a minute of it. Like I refused to, so I had my back turned. Like I was still in the living room with everybody else, and everybody else was like jumping and screaming and shit. And I was like, nope. I just pet the cat. Me and the cat were chilling on the couch. I was just like turned the other way. It was great. It was great. I had a great time.
Is the French catacombs like that thing that's like the big under the city crypt or something like that? People have gotten lost in there and died.
Yeah. Well. So basically. Honestly, I'm gonna kind of butcher this, but as far as I understand, like catacombs in general are an interconnected like system of tunnels underneath the city, right? And I want to say the monks used it first or for some other reason, but there's actually like a really cool tour you can do, and it has a bunch of like bones because they used to like, you know, after people died, they would like decorate with the bones. So there's like a room of scapulas, and there's a room of like skulls and femurs and stuff. And so it's a really cool tour. Highly recommend. But there's like miles and miles of these like tunnels underneath the city. So cool. Paris Catacombs, it would make a fun D&D game. I would play that game. That would be super fun.
That does sound pretty good.
That would be a super fun intro. Yeah, catacombs. Catacombs.
If we're in Paris, I guess I'll go get lost in the catacombs.
Oui. No, I'll go with the tour. You would get lost. They're so big. It's huge. Don't get lost down there.
Guide. Ask for directions. Not okay. It's totally fine.
I did. It was honestly, and having the tour guide was cool because then it was like somebody who could like explain it and be like, and this is called the blah 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 room, or like these skulls are from like the monks from however long ago. Blah blah. I could be butchering this so hard. Honestly, if there's
Classic
anybody else
monk skulls.
How's my favorite flavor. Yum. Delish. Yeah, that was super cool. As Above, So Below. Again, I don't know what the movie was like, but the catacombs are cool themselves. 10 out of 10. I don't know. So do you play like zombie games too? Are you like a Left 4 Dead person?
I was. I haven't played any zombie games, but I pretty much buy all of them when they come out, and then I realize I don't have any time to play games generally. So I do have an extensive collection of Steam games that I don't play.
Same. High five. Yeet.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like, oh, that looks super cool, and I end up buying it and then don't have time to play it. But I think that's just adulthood in general, unfortunately.
Ayo. I thought I wasn't a collector, and then I look at my Steam library and I'm like, nope, that's a hoarding thing right there. I'm a digital hoarder. Uh-oh.
Yeah, me too. 100%.
I can't.
Oh, it's bad, man. It's bad.
It is. Well, you know, I at least as opposed to like, I don't know, if you're like a quarter collection or a seashell collection, if that's you, like no shade, but I feel like a Steam library is more useful because I can play it on, you know, like a different computer, or it takes up less space. So, you know, there's that.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I was definitely down to get digital games when the opportunity presented itself. So, but yeah, I'm definitely collecting. And Left 4 Dead 2 is pretty cool. So, yeah, Left 4 Dead's a good one. I think Back 4 Blood or whatever was a major flop, which is kind of unfortunate.
Oh, I have not heard of that one. Checks out.
Know what it's called? I hope I'm not butchering the name.
Back for Blood, back, murder.
Yeah, it's something. Blood for Back. No, yeah, Back 4 Blood. I think it kind of flopped. It's got pretty bad reviews. I don't think people liked it very much. And then there was another one that like there was a Walking Dead one that kind of flopped too. Not the Telltale series. I'm sure you've seen that one, but
yeah,
other ones, yeah.
The Left 4 Dead ripoff? Oh, maybe. Yeah. That's the scoop.
Yeah, it's a Left 4 Dead ripoff. It kind of flopped pretty hard.
R.I.P. Wah wah.
Yeah.
Don't rip off other games, I guess.
Yeah, I love zombies for sure. That's a weird thing about me, but I've always been a fan.
Good to know. Maybe I'll do a zombie costume. Maybe I can combine like a green like goblin zombie costume in one.
Yeah, I think you could do it. You are artistically talented enough.
That's just a texture change. Hang on. I don't want to. Don't toot my horn too loud. That's literally just like a ding dong. Like I could do that in VTube Studio right now.
True, potentially, but when you drew the little chibis that you guys used for the collab, that was pretty impressive.
Oh, that took so much time. It was fun. I can only like
I was amazed.
oh no, they were super simple, and I cheated by like copying a lot of stuff off of primary chibis. Like there was a lot of like strategic drawing there. Like I was like, thanks for joining. But I just like better motivate myself if I'm drawing like for somebody, like the cards I talked about before. Like I would never like really draw for like myself. It was always like, oh, I want to draw something for a friend. So that's me.
It's very kind of you. Yeah, that's what you said. That was your background. That's how you got the skill to draw Lethia.
Yeah, there was like no classes involved. I was like, here, take this blob. It is my love. Enjoy.
School of Hard Knocks.
Nice. Yeah.
But I drew you.
I drew you. Love it. I mean, I only heard good reviews. Maybe they threw it away after like I left the house or whatever. But I would like to think that it's framed on someone's fridge somewhere. That's my goal. Just to make it on a wall.
Let's go with that.
Yeah.
That's a good ending message for the stream, for sure.
What time is it? Oh, it's 8:50. No.
Unfortunately, it's time for me to go, although I'd love to stay and talk with you. Aww. You have a super cool person coming up next.
You've been fantastic. I'm so excited I finally got to talk to you.
I know, right? I never thought this would happen, but it's finally happened.
Yo, we should do this again. You need to tell me more about your zombie and gaming stuff. I feel like I only got a small portion of the O1 lore and talent tree. I want to see more.
It turns out we actually play like all the same games, but I don't have an O1 account. So at some point in time, I'll make an O1 account and we can play games together.
Let's go! Just change your Steam name.
Oh yeah, I mean I have a pretty big friends list. You know, I'm pretty popular, and I'm just kidding. I do have a pretty decent sized friend list, and I don't want them to dox me. So.
Oh, you absolutely can hide it from everybody.
Oh yeah, really?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know a lot about Steam.
I got you. I help you set it up. That way you can carry me through some games. I'll make it work.
Later then.
Woo!
I'll hit you up. We can figure it out later then.
Let's go. All right. Yeah, I gotta go to the bathroom. I've had to pee for the past 10 minutes, but I've still appreciated being here the entire time.
It was great.
All right,
Definitely go to the restroom, and I will talk to you later.
Hang on. Before you go, you have to say one nice thing about yourself.
This is tough. We're gonna be here a while.
That's
okay.
Want to
use the restroom.
I'll hold it. Now I'll hold it. I'll wait.
I have pretty good alcohol tolerance.
I give that like a C. Give me a better one.
Dang. Tough. I do actually have pretty good hair.
Ooh. You do. Your model looks pretty good. I'll give you that.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. My model for sure. Yeah.
Ooh. a little Lord.
I actually like O1's hair quite a bit. Although it is pretty much just picking parts of a bunch of different hairstyles.
Ooh. It looks good on you. You make it look good.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much for joining me here. I'm excited to bug you in the future.
I'm excited to bug you as well. Have a good one. I can't wait to see the next guest.
Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Bye.